Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I will be doing my final first round mock draft for the entire first round. We are a week out from the NFL draft, 7 days away. So let's have some fun. I'll be picking for every team, and this time I'm going to be using some trade features as well. So let's jump right into it. So the first two picks are going to be pretty easy. I don't see any way that Trevor Lawrence isn't the first quarterback off the board. So I see him going to Jacksonville because that just makes the most sense. And the New York Jets will be taking Zach Wilson. Again, those picks seem to make, like, Trevor Lawrence going one is very, very obvious. It seems like the New York Jets are leaning towards Zach Wilson just based on everything we've seen. Maybe it would be Justin Fields, but let's see. Now, everyone is saying the draft starts at San Francisco, and I tend to agree with that. Supposedly, there is a couple of directions that this can go. A lot of people are still on the Mac Jones trade. They think they traded up to get Mac Jones. I think that would be absolutely insane. To me, Justin Fields is the best quarterback on the board at this point. But I am a believer that they are going to give one more run to Jimmy G. And who is a quarterback who is maybe more of a developmental piece who still has high upside? I think Trey Lance is the pick here. I know that's a little off the wall or off the board for a lot of people, and I'm not saying that Trey Lance is better than Justin Fields. I don't believe that. I really don't. I think, as I said, that Justin Fields is the best quarterback there, but I think they take Lance, which means somebody is going to want to trade up to get Justin Fields, and let's do that right now. Let's propose a trade. So I am going to have Denver try to trade up, and we are going to try to get with the Falcons. And the Falcons, come on, where are the Falcons? Here we go. So pick 9, pick 4, and it's probably going to cost you a first, a second, and then maybe another second. Let's just do that. I'm just trying to get the pick. I don't really care about the compensation right now. Okay, there we go. Let's get back to the simulation. So Justin Fields is the pick for the Denver Broncos at 4. At pick 5, the big debate seems, is it Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase? If I am the Bengals, there is no way in the world that I am not taking offensive line help for my quarterback who got hurt last year. I understand Jamar Chase is a great prospect. I, again, 1,000% agree that Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver, but Penei Sewell is more important, so that he's going to be the pick there. Now at pick 6, things getting a little bit on the interesting side for sure, because I think you're either looking at Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts going in this spot. I'm going to have Jamar Chase be the pick, but I would not be surprised if Kyle Pitts goes there. As for the Detroit Lions, I'm going to say they're going to go Jalen Waddle. I think they need wide receiver help. And Waddle or Devonta Smith is, someone who jumps off the page here. It'll be one of those two. I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle at 7. At 8, okay, interesting. Kyle Pitts is still sitting there, a great player, but I think they're going to go offensive line to help protect Sam Darnold. At pick 9, the Atlanta Falcons are jumping for joy because they were able to trade back, and Kyle Pitts is still sitting there. So let's do that. Let's draft Kyle Pitts to the Atlanta Falcons. At pick number 10, same with the Dallas Cowboys. They are happy because the guy that they wanted is sitting right there in Patrick Surtain, who they need corner help and they need it badly. So this pick just makes way, way, way too much sense. The Giants is interesting because I see a lot of people think that they're going to go wide receiver. I really like their wide receiving core. To me, I personally, if I'm going on the offense for the Giants, I would probably go with an offensive lineman. There's not one that I love in this spot. I don't think I'm probably going to go with Micah Parsons from Penn State. They could use some linebacker help and just a playmaker who can make plays all over the field. As for the Philadelphia Eagles, They are also happy because they draft a wide receiver, something they desperately need, and Devonta Smith would be a lot of fun as a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, let's continue to look at this draft class, and Justin Herbert needs protection. The weapons are pretty solid, so the best offensive lineman on the board, I just want to take a look at some of these other offensive tackles. Yeah, I think it's going to be Darisaw at this point. I think we're going to start to see a run of offensive linemen. Minnesota, okay, they can go a couple of different ways, but I'm going to have Minnesota. Let me go back to offense, and I think it's going to be Elijah Vera Tucker. Now, there's been a ton of different, oh my God, Mac Jones to young Tom Brady comparisons, and Bill Belichick is able to sit still at 15 and make a selection. So I was thinking of having them trade up, but how the board broke, no one really needed a quarterback at that point. I don't think Washington's going to try to move up. I don't think the Bears are going to try to move up. Instead, we're going to see the Patriots kind of just sit and draft Mac Jones, and they will be happy with that selection. As for the Arizona Cardinals, I think they are also pretty happy because they have J.C. Horn, who is sitting right there, and they definitely need help at the cornerback position. Again, I think, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to start to see some offensive line runs right now. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 7 of these teams right in a row could use offensive line help. The Colts longtime left tackle just retired. The Washington football team needs left tackle help. So does Miami. So does the Las Vegas Raiders. So this is going to be interesting to see the direction that these guys go. And again, like I really do think we're going to see a bunch of offensive linemen go right in a row. So the Raiders, I'll have them go Cosme. As for the Miami Dolphins, I think they'll be okay with Tevin Jenkins right there. I don't think it's all 7 of these picks are going to be offensive linemen, by the way. So let's flip back. Washington football team. What direction is the Washington football team going to go? When you look at team needs for this team, it says corner. Excuse me, I'm reading the wrong one. Where am I at? It says quarterback, linebacker, safety, offensive tackle, wide receiver. Would Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah make sense there? It could. I'm going to pull the trigger on him. As for the Chicago Bears, they're kind of in a tough spot, man. They really are. And what direction do you think the Bears are going to go? You look at some of their team needs: quarterback, corner, offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive tackle. I'm going to say that they're going to go with, come on, where are we? Greg Newsome. They could use corner help, and he's probably the best corner on the board at that point. Colts is another interesting one. I think they were good. I think they would go edge. So I'm going to have them go Ojulari, who I absolutely love, and I think that it's a great player, a great find there. Titans, maybe they don't go offensive line either. I mean, they absolutely could, but what's another position that you could see them going for? Edge is a need for me. I got cornerback, wide receiver, tight end, safety, offensive tackle. Maybe they go, okay. Maybe they go Rashad Bateman because they lost Corey Davis. And then the Jets sitting there at 23, what do? Do they go with an edge like Kwity Paye? Maybe. Do they go offensive lineman? Also maybe. This is a tough call for me. Wyatt Davis, it seems too early for. Creed Humphrey at 23. Landon Dickerson at 23. I'm going to go Leatherwood as someone who they could potentially move over to guard. Now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, what do they need to do? Well, when you look at it, they have a bunch of different directions that they can go. I would say center and tight end and running back seem to stand out. Their running back room was not good, so I'm going to have Najee Harris go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I just want to look at my board for a second, okay? I think we're going to see an aggressive move here. So I'm going to have Jacksonville move back and get even more draft capital. So please hold. Where's Jacksonville? Bang. Next, we're going to move them back with Green Bay. Next. So pick 25 for Green Bay's pick 29 and maybe 62, something like that. Okay, they didn't want to do that. I clicked the wrong thing. Proposed trade. Here we go. There's a method to the madness here. Just give me a second. Green Bay. Next. 25 to 29. 62, and then maybe like a third. We'll do this year's third. Trade was declined again. All right, never mind. So they'll stay put. They say a deal can't get done. And you look at Jacksonville. So they got their quarterback. They need a safety, a tight end, a running back. I don't think they need a running back. I do not agree with that. So let's go all. Wait, one more time. Let's look one more time. Sorry. Safety, tight end, running back, defensive tackle. Maybe this is where we see Barmore go. Let's pull the trigger on Barmore. I like him. He's got to go in the first round somewhere. Now, the team like the Browns are probably dancing for joy as well because they could really use a guy like Kwity Paye to go on the other side of Myles Garrett. Ravens, okay, they are also somebody who I could see going wide receiver just because, I mean, they always seem to have someone good falling to them too, which is really annoying. Edge, wide receiver, offensive tackle, or safety. With Osai sitting there, though, I'll have them going Osai. Saints. When you look at the Saints' needs, what do they got? Wide receiver, linebacker, cornerback, defensive tackle, and safety. Zaven Collins is a linebacker that I like for them a lot. And notice Caleb Farley falling, and it's because of the injuries that I don't think a team could take that much of a risk on him at this point. Earlier, maybe when you have contenders like this, 29, 30, 31, 32, that's a little bit different. Okay, so Green Bay, they have an obvious need. And Kadarius Toney is there to fill that need at wide receiver number 2. Looking at what the Buffalo Bills could do, oh, man, I think linebacker could make sense. You look at that edge, cornerback, defensive tackle, tight end, safety. Away from Penn State, maybe? One more time. Where are we at here? Edge, corner, defensive tackle, safety. Could they be the ones to pull Caleb Farley off the board? I'm going to go yes. Okay, Chiefs. They need offensive line help. Clearly. Linebacker and wide receiver. So the best offensive lineman on the board, Creed Humphrey. There you go. And last but certainly not least, a weapon for Tom Brady, Travis Etienne. So let's do, is there a way to see full results? Yes, there is. So Trevor Lawrence is the first pick. Zach Wilson pick 2. Trey Lance at pick 3. We have Trey Lance we have Justin Fields being the pick at pick 4, but Denver trading up. Penei Sewell is the pick at pick 5. Pick 6, Jamar Chase, Waddle, Slater, Pitts, Patrick Surtain, Parson, Devonta Smith, Darisaw, Elijah Vera Tucker, Mac Jones. Patriots happy there. J.C. Horn, Arizona happy there. couple of offensive tackles back to back, a linebacker at 19. Greg Newsome goes to Chicago. Ojulari goes to the Colts. Bateman at 22. Leatherwood was my pick at 23. 24, Najee Harris. Then Barmore, Pay, Osai, Collins, a little bit of a defensive run. Wide receiver, Farley at 30 to Buffalo. And then Creed Humphrey and Travis Etienne to round out the draft class. Let me know what you think. Comment below. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.